Welcome to the Neon City Daily Direct News Upload. I'm your host Norks. Netflix has hired Joseph Staten, a veteran Halo and Destiny director, to lead the company's video game development efforts. Staten is a well-known figure in the video game industry, having worked as a writer and creative director on several blockbuster franchises, including Halo, Destiny, and Gears of War. Staten will be joining Netflix as the new Vice President of Game Development and will be responsible for overseeing the company's expansion into the gaming space. This move by Netflix is seen as a major shift in its business strategy as it looks to diversify its content offerings and attract new audiences. Staten's extensive experience in the video game industry is expected to help Netflix develop compelling and engaging video game content that will appeal to a broad audience. While details about Netflix gaming plans remain sparse, the company has confirmed that it will be developing games for its existing subscription service, with no plans to charge extra for the gaming content. This move by Netflix is just the latest example of a major media company investing in video game development. With the global video game industry expected to generate over $200 billion in revenue by the end of 2023, it's no surprise that companies like Netflix are looking to get in on the action. It will be interesting to see how this plays out and whether Netflix can successfully transition into the video game space. Given the shit quality of 90% of their in-house produced video content though, we're not hopeful. The latest issue of Game Informer has shed light on Diablo 4 and how its seasonal model will work. Associate Game Director Joe Pipiora has revealed that the game will embrace a live service approach like Destiny 2, by drip-feeding players a rolling story that plays out across quarterly updates. Each story step will revolve around new features or mechanics introduced in each update, separate from the seasonal battle pass. However, this approach has sparked controversy among fans who prefer the self-contained and methodical grind of Diablo 2. Diablo 4 will not start its first season of content until after its launch in June. The article also provided more information on the game's new Helltide endgame content and Nightmare Dungeons. Nightmare Dungeons provide players with a chance to revisit previously completed dungeons, but with a twist in difficulty and new objectives. To convert any of the 120 dungeons in Diablo 4 into a Nightmare Dungeon, players can use a Nightmare Sigil that can be found while exploring. Players will also have the option of incorporating affixes to introduce variability to each dungeon. For example, one affix may generate portals to hell at random, leading to an increase in the number of demons in combat. As for Helltide, it is a distinctive event that drastically alters a specific area in Sanctuary by infusing it with formidable demons and tempting treasures. Moreover, it provides players with a rare chance to discover Fiend Roses, which can be utilized to personalize legendary gear and shards that enable them to open Helltide chests. We'll see how Blizzard intends to structure the monetization of all this before passing judgment. And getting too excited. Wouldn't be like Blizzard to rip off its player base though, right? Well, it seems like Warner Brothers is trying to catch the Quidditch fever with their latest announcement of Harry Potter Quidditch Legends. I guess they realized they missed a golden snitch of opportunity by not including Quidditch in the open world Hogwarts Legacy game. But hey, better late than never, right? Let's just hope that J.K. Rowling doesn't try to cast any spells of bigotry and stays far, far away from this game. The game was announced rather abruptly on Twitter, likely due to the success of Hogwarts Legacy, which reportedly exceeded sales expectations by over 250%. The game is being developed by Unbroken Studios, a studio that previously worked on the Battle Royale game Fractured Lands, and is being published under Warner Brothers' Harry Potter arm, Portkey Games. The game's release date has not yet been announced, but it will be available on PC and unspecified consoles. The recent leak of military documents onto social media platforms has been linked to a member of the 102nd Intelligence Wing of the Massachusetts Air National Guard named Jack Teixeira. Teixeira, also known as OG, was the leader of a Discord server called Thug Shaker Central, where members shared increasingly racist jokes and memes. The server started as a group of fans of a YouTuber who streams about guns and body armor, but morphed into a current, more sinister form during the pandemic lockdowns. Teixeira reportedly shared classified intelligence with the group, typing his notes by hand since he was stationed at a compound that prohibited electronic devices. He gained popularity for his prophetic ability to predict major events, and members admired him for being fit, strong, armed, and trained. However, the group's dynamics weren't always flattering for Teixeira, as members initially ignored his classified transcriptions. He started posting actual photos of the original documents and even shared potential trajectories of North Korean nuclear missiles aimed at the United States, satellite images showing the damage caused by Russian missile strikes on Ukraine, and photos of February's Chinese spy balloon. Despite the overt racism in the Thug Shaker Central Discord, an anonymous member claims that the community is not a fascist recruiting server. However, one teenager leaked the documents to another Discord server, and they eventually spread to other platforms. While Teixeira may have been admired by some members of the Discord server, his actions ultimately put national security at risk. Destiny 2's upcoming Season 21 has been the subject of massive leaks recently, with details about new content and gameplay changes making their way around the internet. Apparently, a content creator who was invited to a private summit event is suspected of being the source of the leaks. Bungie is pointing fingers and giving stern warnings about trust and confidentiality. Never a good sign. I can only imagine the drama going on behind the scenes at Bungie right now. It's like a real-life game of Clue, with the suspects being streamers and content creators instead of Colonel Mustard and Mrs. Scarlet. Will the culprit turn out to be Ekigan, with the keyboard in the streaming room? Or maybe it was Glad, with the webcam in the content creation studio. We'll just have to wait and see. In the meantime, it's a good reminder that loose lips sink ships, or in this case, leak Destiny 2 details. As for the leaks themselves, we won't pile on and spoil things for you. Let's just say that apparently the game is going to undergo some massive changes that will affect how we play. But don't worry, some of these changes have already been hinted at by the developers, so it's not all coming out of left field, and let's face it, we all love a good rebalancing across the board. Who doesn't like to see their favourite weapon nerfed into oblivion? It's all part of the fun. So let's embrace the chaos and get ready for some major shakeups in the world of Destiny 2. Capcom has removed ray tracing and Dolby Atmos from the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes, leaving players in the dark as to why. Some players suspect that it was a mistake, but others speculate that the removal of ray tracing could be due to the technical effort involved, or maybe Capcom just ran out of rays. Whatever the reason, fans are eager for an official announcement from the developers, so they can rest easy knowing their zombies will still look and sound their best. Given I'll soon be streaming as many RE games as possible during my next 12-hour stream, I'm hoping for the prettiest experience possible. Onto some streamer news, and well, these are respectable and important topics somehow. Makes for a nice change of pace. Twitch CEO Dan Clancy has heard the cries of the people and is looking to remove those pesky pre-roll ads that interrupt our precious streaming time. In a recent Twitch stream, Clancy spoke about his own experience with pre-roll ads and how they can be a real buzzkill when you're trying to discover new content. I don't think that is the right experience when you're trying to discover new content, he said. When you were looking and you were like, oh, let me check this out, but you were hit with an ad that inhibits you from going and browsing new stuff. Clancy assured viewers that Twitch is already working on solutions and will be rolling out some stuff soon that really leans away from pre-roll ads when people are in discovery mode. So soon you'll be able to browse to your heart's content without being interrupted by ads for cat food and insurance. Thank you, Dan Clancy, for fighting the good fight. YouTube star MrBeast, real name Jimmy Donaldson, has defended his friend and collaborator Chris Tyson, who recently revealed that they are receiving hormone therapy as part of their gender journey. Donaldson spoke out against the transphobic comments made about Tyson by some fans and creators, including a video by YouTuber SunnyV2 speculating that Tyson's increasingly feminine appearance could harm the popularity of the MrBeast channel. Donaldson tweeted that Tyson was their friend and that all the transphobia was starting to piss them off. While Donaldson and others in the MrBeast team have publicly supported Tyson, this appears to be the first time Donaldson has actively denounced the transphobic commentary that has surfaced on social media. Critics of Tyson's gender journey have posted conspiratorial content on TikTok and Twitter, with some openly resenting Tyson's new gender presentation and believing it will somehow harm Donaldson's brand. There's no obvious damage to the channel stats yet, and we're hoping there won't ever be. It must be exhausting being so invested in how other people live their lives. That about does it for us. Be sure to tune in to the Neon City Daily podcast, where we will likely discuss some of this in more detail. If you want to join in on the discussion yourself, as well as share increasingly disturbing memes with fellow NCD community members, hit up our Discord. All the relevant links can be found on our website, neoncitydaily.com.au. I've been Norks, and this has been the Neon City Daily Direct News Upload. Thanks for your time. I'm so sleepy and I need to take a nap. Oh my god, why am I awake?